What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I am the Real Jossie.
And I'm Peter Parkour, and we are
the Distorted Theorists.
We got a bit of a different video here today.
We're bringing something new to the channel.
There's a whole lot of new things that are going on.
Behind the scenes, ladies and gentlemen, and blow your mind what's going on with this channel right now. But I know you're super excited. We tell them what we're going to.
Well, hold on before
today.
we do that.
Okay.
No, we got to do our normal thing. Let's talk about. If you're new to the channel, subscribe.
Yeah.
If you're not new to the channel, stick around.
And also, throughout this video, we are going to have some little bit of news to share with everyone, and some information that any of you Star Wars fans are going to enjoy. Now, Peter,
okay,
tell them why we're really here.
So, for those who aren't aware, we are part, in some aspect, I don't know what you want to call it, social media ambassadors, social media content, don't know what we are, for our local sci-fi convention, Sci-Fi in the Rock here in Newfoundland, and we have been for the past couple of years. This year, and we've dealt with tons of incredible vendors who are returning. Some are brand new, but this year we met a new vendor.
One stood out. We had some conversations.
Yeah, numerous conversations.
Still ongoing.
Yeah, and this is part of why we're making the video today. And through our conversations, we realized that we were, I guess what you could call, for lack of a better term, brothers in arms. We're very like-minded individuals. And through our discussions, we were gifted something very special. So, I mean, if you've already read this right here, you know what it is, but I've got a flair for the dramatic. So I'm going to bring something in here now, and I've been wanting one of these since I was 8 years old when I first,
ladies and gentlemen,
when I first got the VHS of The New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. It was actually a Christmas gift from my dad, and he said, do you know what Star Wars is? And that started this whole horrific journey. And so yeah, it's been 28 years and I've been wanting one of these bad boys, and with the technology of today,
I'm a part of this too.
I have a fully functioning lightsaber from our good friends at ALKY Solutions.
Well, we had a chat with Kyle and Alex, where the name comes from, Alex and Kyle, ALKY Solutions. And as soon as we noticed their product, well, obviously you caught it for the attention of Star Wars lightsabers, who wouldn't? But as someone who didn't grow up as immersed in Star Wars as myself, the product, like, just, you stopped at their booth and you were like, okay, I got to pick one of these up. I'm pretty sure he's seen us flying around his booth quite a bit, and
drumming up a bit of business for him as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were talking quite loudly. So
as we are wont to do.
Through our conversations and meeting this company and the great employees that they have, we got to talking. They graciously, as Peter had already said, gifted us a lightsaber to unbox. And well, they didn't give it to us unboxed. We offered to show their product, and that's what this video is a little bit of fan service for yourself, but also a little bit of showing you what ALKY Solutions has to offer, and it's going to be good.
It's some of this stuff is crazy. This one, I won't lie, is not one of their top ones, but that's understandable given what it is. And I'm still super impressed with what I saw. I haven't done anything with it since I was presented with it, which has been...
You've been chomping at the bit, though.
Well, yes, because I've been wanting to get this done, but with our conflicting schedules, it's been hard to do. So now I get an extra chance to do it.
We're here now. So I tell you what, Peter, why don't we get into the unboxing right now? All right, Peter, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Allow me, I would like to do some honors for you to reveal the ALKY Solutions.
Ooh, that's slick. That came out.
That tells you it hasn't even been open, folks, because it's still tight.
Okay, so this is what I saw.
Yep.
I'm not going to take anything out yet. So right from off the get-go,
what do we see?
It's simple packaging, but it's tight packaging. Everything there's not a lot for it to it's not loose. It's tight. There's not a lot of room for the pieces to move around, because again, which is a good thing, because these are shipped. I believe they're based out of Vancouver.
Yeah, they're Calgary, if I'm not mistaken.
Calgary. I'm sorry if we're getting this wrong.
Well, they're on the west coast of Canada, but they literally service worldwide. Not only do they ship worldwide, do they have customers worldwide, but a lot of their custom builders who contribute to each and every intricate part in this lightsaber is worldwide. So it's like a collective, which is really cool, but yet it's a very almost like homey business. That's the vibe we got when we spoke to them.
And I mean, like, we're customers because this is not going to be my only ALKY saber in any way, shape, or form. Like, this has started a horrific thing, so thank you for that. But it's not just me and the lovely guests and customers that we met and helped purchase their saber at Sci-Fi on the Rock, but we do know that a number of actors and actresses from the Star Wars franchise have actually they own these sabers. I believe it's over 10. Like, we've got Paul Sun-Hyung Lee, who plays Captain Carson Veda, I believe, from Ahsoka and the Book of Boba Fett. We've got Giancarlo Esposito, who plays Moff Gideon in The Mandalorian, as well as Emily Swallow from The Mandalorian, who plays the armor. They also, among others, have been...
well, for example, I know another person who owns one, and that is Brian Herring. And for those who might not know the name, it is May the 4th be with you today, after all. Brian Herring was actually the puppeteer of BB-8 in the Force Awakens trilogy.
And we won't get into anything too far with Brian Herring, but keep your eyes peeled to the channel for something special.
Yeah, if it hasn't dropped already.
If you've seen it, great. If you haven't...
We have some conversations with that guy today.
Right.
So, okay, I mean, I want to see you take something out. This is what the people are watching. Let's start... Why don't you start with that?
So this is the meat and veg. This is where this is literally where the magic happens.
Ooh.
So this is, I'm just going to...
Hey, give me that.
You want it? Yeah. Okay. So this is the hilt, and from what I've read about on their website, this is the Jedi Knight Harbinger model. Now, this is not a model that you would see that is part of their replica series. ALKY Solutions offers a number of other saber hilts that you would recognize, like Darth Vader's.
Well, I mean, when I was at the booth, if I may, I seen Darth Maul's double saber. Sorry if I don't know if they have names. I did see a BB-8 inspired one, which our good friend Laura Cross purchased. There's
a Sailor Moon one.
There is, yeah. So they're working on some new stuff as well. But I also seen some Kylo Ren. I seen Ahsoka ones, which is actually a dual saber, which looks sick. Listen,
this has got some good weight to it too. Like, here, I'm going to let you.
Yeah.
This is one of the few times that you'll get to handle this.
Yeah. So. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's slept at Peter's ever since we've been gifted it. So, but he's the Star Wars guy. He knows I gets the next one, whatever that may be. So stay tuned to the channel.
Yeah, when we interview The Rock, you get whatever he's cooking.
So I'm just kind of showing this off a little bit. I know it's going to be zoomed in on, but it's just the light is just hitting it dope. And this one has gold lacings. You said that you could also get a different color.
So yeah, there's two, because there's two types of sabers that you can get as well. So what we have is the I guess the lower tier, which is what you would consider the base model. Yeah, what I call in a vehicle the tin can version, but it still does. I'm going to be impressed because I saw what was at Sci-Fi. It has the RGB saber with a polycarbonate blade, which is in there. That's the only place it could fit. The polycarbonate blade is the tough, durable, like battle ready that you can smack up each other.
And we witnessed that behind his. If you ever seen his booth anywhere or want to know what he does there, he literally took two of those battle sabers and literally whacked them as hard as he can against each other. Not a dent, not a ding, not a crack, nothing. They are built for, well, I guess I'll call it LARPing, so to speak. I mean, live action role play.
Cosplay for proper fighting.
Exactly.
Because there's been many of the kinds that have come out before, like Force FX were the first big ones that I think it came on the market that you could purchase at stores like a GameStop, or sometimes you could buy them at Best Buy, but like you turn on and then you'd put it on the wall and that was it. But these ones you can actually play with and smack up each other. Now, this is the first model of the Harbinger. Now, the Harbinger also has a second model that's got red inlay, and that is, I believe, the pixel blade setup. So the blade will actually light up differently. This blade turns on, and the pixel blade is the one that kind of comes out. So that's not for smacking off other things.
But you know what? That's also a good thing that there is, different tiers, we'll call it, because the average
choice.
I mean, obviously there is a price range, lower tier, higher tier, but that means that they just encapsulate any purchaser that would want to ever own a saber. You don't have to go high end if you don't want to. If you don't want the replica series, make it your saber, which is all the custom build part. I mean, they have some of the most competitive price in Canada from what we're told.
Yeah.
So it should be no problem for anyone who is a Star Wars fan to be able to get their hands on, well, a dream come true, I guess.
So, and now the internal components
about it, I guess, yeah.
So if I very gently, there we go.
Yeah.
So I didn't, because I
So it comes
seen
apart
this.
midway, we'll say.
Yeah.
Mid-section.
And this actually removes to show the, I guess, the logic board. Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
And there is an SD card or
Right
a micro
here.
SD card.
Yeah.
Now, in this version, I'm not sure if I can actually play with it, but I know in the Pixel version, which is the tier up, you can do custom soundboards. You can take the SD card out, place it in your computer, add different sounds, different effects to
the
it.
soundboard is right on the back of the battery cartridge.
Yep.
So that's all encased in the handle. And what comes in that piece you have there?
Nothing. It's just the bottom of it.
It does have the speaker.
Well, no, the speaker's right there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So
That's
because this also comes off in the bottom, I guess if you had to access to clean out.
Oh, okay.
So now you gotta
See, that's so cool. And it looks almost like it has a bit of a subwoofer look to it, almost like it must have some resonation in there when you're.
We heard
find out.
it. Yeah, we heard some of it at Sci-Fi.
Yeah. Sabers
and-
were just going all weekend long. It
man.
was crazy.
Well, they sold out.
They did. They had to replenish on day 3 because they sold the majority of their taken stock, and it was crazy. But let's prop that up.
I'm gonna prop it up here for a second because now. So I was given some instructions as well on putting this together. So it comes with a handy dandy toolkit.
Yeah. So what's inside that?
This is there's supposed to be instructions, but the instructions are at home because I was reading them when I was given this, so I know a little.
It does come with a charging USB.
So a charging cable. So I believe it's a USB-C cable that charges this, and I think it charges it. I think for 2 hours of playtime as it is, because it's a small battery. Oh, and there's also I left it in there. Yeah. The pieces that you need, so there's an Allen key, which I'm not going to get too far into because you'll see me doing it, and 6 screws. So if you lose one of them, there's 3 screws that hold the blade in place.
So that's all it takes to assemble it is 3 set screws?
And because if you look, they'll see it when we do a closer
right
up.
here. Yeah,
1, 2, 3 that hold it in place. And I was told...
So you can pretty much carry this around and set it up fairly quickly.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to do now. I saw how well it went together. So here's the blade.
So it just slides out.
And there's my protective little cap on the bottom.
Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
I just want to make sure.
Sure.
So I'll move this to the side for you.
So here's my little cap, which I'm just going to put off to the side. And there's the blade there. Beautiful. And there's not a ton to it, as you can see through it. There's nothing really...
Well, I know it was lightweight but yet durable. You can't really see, obviously, but it is made of a thick material. And it does have what looks...
polycarbonate.
Yeah, and it does look to have almost a... vibration dampener inside, the way it's cylindrical inside. It looks like it does stop vibration. That's probably why it's used for the live action strikes.
Well, polycarbonate is known for its durability as well because it's used for a lot of cosplay stuff too. There's actually a video online of somebody using polycarbonate to make a crystal clear katana that can cut through wood, and it's insane. Anyways, so I'm going to do this right now. We're going to do this live per se.
Yeah.
So I was told by ALKY Solutions
start your timers right now to see how
that
quick
it doesn't take much to actually put together.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do this. I'm going to do some troubleshooting with this because they're very tiny screws. Oh, they all came out. Oh, Lord. Okay.
Listen, it's the magic of live unboxings.
Yeah, right. The how terrifying this is.
I'm just interested to see how it all just so quickly pieces together. When you look at it, it's a little bit scary at first. You're like, "Ooh, I don't know how to handle it." Right?
These are hidden screws, so they'll actually go in. Hold on.
And they actually don't add to any dimensional add to the...
Not really. It doesn't look like it. No, I just want to make sure that that's all the way in. Okay, good.
Well, while he's doing that, I'll also take the time to explain. I mean, they also not only deal in sabers, they also deal in multiple accessories. As I said, they do customization. So like I said, if you want different coloring, if you want to add something special to your handle, to your saber, you can make your own. They also make custom hilts, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
They do, because they were mentioning that if there was a design or an element that you wanted to place into, like something along the hilt that would, if you want Darth Vader's saber, kind of make it your own, you could add a belt clip. There's a like a samurai hilt that you can
Yeah,
take out of
yeah,
that
yeah.
actually has written in the well, I can never remember what it's called, but the language of Star Wars and their special alphabet that actually, if you know it, it says saber across it, which is kind of a neat thing. So I've already got 2 of those in.
Okay, well, that only gives me a split second to also let everyone know. As I said before, ALKY Sabers, they're very, I call it, give you that family-orientated feel. Basically, these guys deal with any warranty, repair directly with the supplier of these people. So if you need something done with your saber, it's broken, you need it warranty replaced, you actually speak to the owners of ALKY Sabers, ALKY Solutions, directly, and you don't have to go through any middleman, no under employees, no major big companies. You're dealing with them directly, and they will take care of you. And I know that a lot of people actually at the table, that was almost a selling feature, because they knew the person that was behind them selling it was the one that was also going to service it.
So was responsible for it.
Exactly. So you had that real good connection right off the start. And you know, that goes a long way for a company, especially one dealing with fans, because if you have Star Wars fans who are unhappy with a product, they will let you know. So never heard it. Are you done already?
That's time.
You just, wow, stop it.
So I'm just gonna,
yeah, let's put this on display.
I'm gonna
for
wax
quick.
melodic for a little bit longer before I get to play
You love
with
this a little much, don't you?
I really do. All right, so we're
There
gonna
you
get
go.
that.
There
There we
we
go.
go.
We've been watching the shopping channel a lot, so we learned.
Oh,
No, I haven't watched it enough.
we'll get it.
Bear with us for a moment.
Live
Every-
unboxing.
Everything's all about presentation. Okay,
All right.
cool.
Let's
So there you
unbox
go.
the
So
table.
that's it. So that is the Harbinger lightsaber that has been put together.
Beautiful.
It is. It really is. And I am sweating because I want to play with it. But first, before we get into that, obviously, like there's a number of you were mentioning, like there's replica, there's all these different things that you can do with them, and that really shows the part of this company that they go above and beyond to provide like a custom product for their customers.
Right.
And again, I don't have anything like that with this, but you know,
And you could tell,
I'm always open for product reviews.
and you could even tell by speaking to them as well. ALKY Solutions, they're Star Wars fans themselves, so you can tell how educated, how passionate they were about the product as they were putting it forth to any clientele or possible clientele that were stopping by their table.
Okay, I can't wait any longer.
You wanna fire it up?
So I'm just going to do.
We're gonna do a little demo for you. I know Peter's been reading the instructions on how to get it. So it even talks to you. It lets you know you can put this thing on mute if you want to have some silent time. Whoa. You can put on volume loud, volume low.
So that's a high volume, and again, you might not be able to pick it up as well because it's a bit distorted.
Now, now the thing is as well, this is not a button, necessarily straightforward button activated saber.
Nope.
It has motion capture in order to do some of its.
So I got chills.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can't make this up. I don't know if you can hear the wolf, but it.
So it's got that smooth
Yeah.
swing.
I hope this is all in camera.
And,
Probably all up in your face. You might want to keep it back.
And again, a lot of these intuitive features are into it. Yeah.
So before we get into the features, what was the first thing you noticed when you picked up the one at the Sci-Fi on the Rock? Like, I'd seen you handle one. What was the first thing that came to your mind when you were like holding your first lightsaber?
I'm holding a friggin' lightsaber is what went through my mind. Now, careful, you don't want to put that through your ceiling.
Yeah, it's not a kyber crystal.
No, not yet.
I'm just...
So that is the other thing, too.
That's like
this-
instantaneous almost.
So turning it on. All right, so that's the other thing that I can do too, is there's a number of fonts and effects that go on with the blade too, and that was how I changed it. So I was just on Obi-Wan's blade, I'm pretty sure, because I think that's what it opens with, but now because there's a different soundboard and custom effect with it, when I turn it on, now it's green.
And who has the green? Educate me on some Jedi lore here.
Well, this is Quinlan Voss's sound, which
okay.
they said. Now, Quinlan Voss technically hasn't been anything in live action yet. He was mentioned in Obi-Wan Kenobi, but he hasn't been anything. But his sounds what they thought would be something different. And now, if I want to
We're also going to demonstrate this later in the video as well, a bit more open, so
I'm
we
going
can
to get
move.
used to it, yeah.
Yeah. What else
So
we
if I
got?
want to pretend that I'm getting shot at by blasters, So that's blasters. Or if I want to, I think I can do this right now if I do this right. So now if I'm cosplaying or if I'm LARPing, I can actually lock blades with something and then turn it off. So that's the full on.
Can I see one more color? Show me one more.
Okay, I gotta turn it off for it. I just love doing that. That's just so cool. I was playing so much with that in sci-fi. So no one really knows what that is. I'm gonna keep going until I get one that people might know. Yeah, there's a butcher.
So it tells you.
I didn't hear what that one was. That's okay.
Star Killer.
So Star Killer from the Force Awakens game. I'm not gonna get into it. I want something. Asajj Ventress from many forms of it.
I love listening to him because he's just geeking out right now, and I hope
Leia. So Leia never technically got a lightsaber. It was more so in the book, so they would think of what it would be. And do you know what the color would be? What would you think Leia's lightsaber would be?
Like color?
Yeah.
Leia? I really want to say pink, but I would say yellow. Ooh, so it's like a light blue.
So they think, and this is another effect that you can get with it too. So this is the. So there's solid, there's pulsing, and then there's this. I can't remember what they call it. Now my thumb is clicking off that. I'm gonna turn it off.
Goodness.
Now there's one that we should know.
Yeah.
I don't know what that one is.
Prepare a boarding party.
Now who says that? Who did that sound like?
I don't know.
No, you don't.
No,
you've seen Rogue One.
Oh.
Who's at the end of Rogue One? The big scene at the end of Rogue One.
Like the big scene?
They've seen it.
Okay.
Who is
Darth Vader.
And it's got that
Can
sound.
please let me.
Bro. And then I think.
So okay, I don't know if you know, and that's okay if you don't. Can you have this one but pulsing? Or is it set?
I think. So actually, we're gonna get you to do it. I think if I can do it now. Hold on.
I don't want to.
So here, you hold it, but I want you to hold that until it blinks.
The button?
I think until it blinks 3 times.
Hold it?
Yep. 1, 2, 3. Okay, turn it off. Okay, I can't remember how it is. I think it's...
Maybe I should have let go.
1, 2, 3.
Basic 2.
So basic 2. So now it's pulsing. So the original, it was before it was solid.
It's
so
like...
now it's whoa.
Oh, yeah.
And then, if I turn it off... 1, 2, 3.
Basic 3.
Basic 3. Come on now.
Ooh,
so now you
give me that back. Give me that
so
back.
that's more like Kylo Ren's, which it's a little bit more.
I don't even know how close this is to the camera because we've been pointing it. But let me get one of these.
Get the full on Sith.
Yeah, I mean if you're a part of the dark side, well obviously this is for you.
Isn't that cool?
I know. Set this up for me. Let's actually, you know what? Let's put it down like this. I'll help you out. Let people soak it in while we're Ahsoka it in. We're full of puns, people.
Well, here, hold on. You set these up. We're gonna do something with this first.
Here you go.
New top. Basic 1.
There you go. Let's see if that works. Nice and easy. All right, ladies and gentlemen. ALKY Solutions are up to no good with these sabers. Peter, first impressions. Obviously, I want to know, now that you've handled our own, first thoughts.
Absolute chills.
Yeah.
Because one, I get to play with something like this. It's extremely well put together. Again, lightsabers aren't real. I know, it's horrific.
What?
I know. Shocker. But in terms of something that you can get close to, in a price point that is acceptable too, because I've looked at some of the prices, and some of them are high, but when they're competitive, that's what they're doing. They're high, but if you're looking for like Ahsoka's dual sabers,
which they
do have, they can be up there because they are custom made.
I do believe because I did do some research because they look really sick because they had that curve and the dual white look really cool. I mean, you can get those. They're the replica series, so you can get those up to $500, $600, $700, $800. But
it's an investment of fun.
But, I mean, maybe now would be a good time to tell them about making a purchase. After speaking to ALKY Solutions at Sci-Fi on the Rock 2024, well, we took a step behind the scenes. The logistics are still being worked out, obviously, so we don't have a code or anything yet for you guys. But Peter, we might be getting affiliated
Yeah, a
with
little bit of
ALKY Solutions a little bit behind the
little
scenes.
affiliation.
But what that means for these guys is if anything we've shown you so far and more to come, if you are thinking that you want to get one of these sabers for yourself, for a friend, for a gift, what have you, we want to help you out a little bit. So this affiliation has allowed us to take a step back to the purchasing side and offer you folks a discount. Now, their website doesn't have our discount code set up yet, but that's okay. Find us in a DM, email us at thedistortedtheorist@gmail.com, or you can look at any of the links down below or their website if you want to browse a custom build or a replica series if you're entitled to it. And we'll definitely help you with some pricing on this May the 4th and beyond. Obviously, we're still working on it.
So something else I want to mention too is we've seen what this can do. Like again, you have the ability to change colors on the fly as well. You have the ability to change the effects and the styles and sounds. There is an ability to play music with this too. I'm not going to get into it now because I'm sure that's a deeper thing that I'm going to mess other things up with it too.
Right.
But again, this is the RGB version, the pixel version of which has the blade that you can't really smash around. There's an extra button on it too that you can deal with the stuff too, because that saber, the hilt, can actually connect with your phone via Bluetooth. So you can change color on the fly. So you have unlimited numbers of colors. And then you can change, I think there's a certain amount of soundboards that you can have on, and then you can use the app that comes with the saber to work with that.
And I also know that you were saying, and sorry,
hey guys, if I have that on this, let me know because.
Well, it's an unboxing. I mean, we don't claim to know everything about the sabers. We're just seeing ours for the first time now, learning as we go with you folks. But I know that you said off screen as well that you have the version when you twist it, you turn it on, it illuminates immediately. Did you also say there's a version that it goes?
So you have the pixel version where, because this blade where it's polycarbonate, so it's got the same thing throughout.
Yeah.
But the pixel version, I believe, has LED strips inside the blade. So when you turn it on and connect it, it actually, like, obviously the blade is there, but it lights up instead of just turning
in
on.
succession.
Yes. So when I turn this on and turn it off, you can see it just kind of like fades in and fades out.
Right.
Fades in, fades out, that kind
of thing. That's how easy you can turn it on.
Right.
Just a twist.
So with the pixel blade, that is the one that goes,
which is like you would see in the movie.
And there's a number of other effects that you can get with it too that I've seen online, and I believe that ALKY Solutions deals with it as well. Is that you can do a rainbow blade. You can have something with like almost like a plasma effect where it could be like, and then it powers on. So there's a whole bunch of other things that you can do with that pixel. So that's the upgraded version.
But it is also, if any parents are watching, you think about maybe I should get one for my kids or whatever. Fully safe, no sharp pieces, no heat. It's all LED. So I don't know if it has an age range, but if I had to guess, I mean, this could be used by a 5-year-old and up.
Yeah, it is solid because again, it does have the effect of where people are going to be smashing. Because like I said, you can do it. So if you're smacking off against another saber, or I don't know, your significant shin, it does have the ability to look like it's blocking something too. See? That's me deflecting something. I don't think you can do this with a Force Effects lightsaber.
Yeah.
And I'm doing this very lightly because I don't have another blade to smack it off, but our folks at ALKY Solutions were...
Hit it. Hit me. Boom.
Yeah. So like, I mean, that still wasn't as hard as it could go, but they were just smashing them off each other.
They're confident in the product. I mean, they weren't afraid. This was a live demo they were doing at Sci-Fi on the Rock 2024, and they were confident in what they sell. I can tell you that. What?
That's Ahsoka.
Ooh. But they were smashing those together. I mean, if it had broken in front of it, I mean, there was times when they had 10 to 20 people around their booth, around their table. If they were to break their product in front of people, it would have been a bad look. But they were confident enough to make sure that didn't happen.
So that would be, now, if you mentioned the saber before.
Yep.
That's the double-bladed one. Ooh. So that's Maul's. Yoda.
There is so much. Well, listen, we gotta save. Whoa! We gotta save some mystery for our viewers, Peter.
No.
You can play with this at home now. You've unboxed it. It's okay.
Sorry, it's just I'm having too much fun with this.
All right, guys. I'll tell you what. We're gonna step off screen. He's gonna get ready, and he's gonna give you a small demo of all the things that this lightsaber can do right now.
The weapon of a Jedi Knight.
This weapon is your life.
I see you have constructed a new lightsaber.
That lightsaber, it belongs to me.
Peter, show him the power of the dark side.
Oh. See, this is...
Show them what they could have. Show them what they could have. Bro.
Oh, this looks, and it feels like it's light, but it's not weighted perfectly. And that's no one's fault, because again, where this is made to be, I'm sure for movie replicas and everything, you're going to find so many other things that are part of it. Oh, that's so bright. So I mentioned at one point that I think we found Ahsoka's blades.
Yeah.
See, that one's bright. That is blinding.
Let me step in. Let me switch.
Yeah, my turn.
Go.
Mom said it could be me.
How's that look?
That looks dope. Now you're responsible for your own ceiling.
It's my house.
Yeah. We got basic Anakin, so we've got Hayden Christensen.
Ooh.
And now we've got the different effects that are going. And again, as you can see, I can also do the...
Just imagine... That's cool.
Right?
Imagine using this at night, though, with your friends if you had a couple sabers.
Well, this won't be the only video that we make with this, I'm sure.
Bro, you could carve up some stormtroopers with those things.
At some point, I'm going to have to learn the techniques of which I can learn how to do the Obi-Annie.
Give them one more color.
That looks really good. Hello there.
Peter, all right, enough. We can't be playing with this anymore. I'll hold the blade.
That's so hot.
Oh,
it's
so
pure
good.
energy.
It's pure energy.
So hot right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for our unboxing of ALKY Solutions Saber. Oh man, it's a beauty. It's a beauty.
And there's many hours that are going to be lost to this, trying to learn how to wield this like a true Jedi or Sith, or what I would consider myself more of a gray fallen Jedi. But
for anyone watching right now, I hope you are having a great May the 4th. As always, if you want to support the channel, and we do appreciate it, if you would hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We want to thank our friends at ALKY Solutions for gifting us with this lovely saber, which Peter is going to have a field day with off camera.
Oh, man.
And with that, I am the real Jossie.
I'm so impressed.
And like we always say around here, keep it real.